So also, Emily, from where you sit, I know that you have been privileged to engage with people who suffer chronic illnesses, and probably I would wish you to share with us what are some of the silent struggles that they go through, probably even away from their diagnosis. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Jim. These things, it's very sad, yeah. Many a times, even there, wherever you are, at home, at your workplace, there is somebody you know, maybe who has a lifelong illness. There is somebody who you see maybe going for treatment. There's somebody who you see going for dialysis. Still, there is a parent who has a child with cerebral palsy. Still, there is maybe you are a teacher. There is a student in your school, maybe lost the parents, or still the parents are sick. These are the people, and many more. These are the people who need help. If you're in a position, viewer, to offer help to such a person, please do so. Because many a times, these people, they suffer silently. Many a times, they try to make ends meet. Many a times, even a spouse will try to make the marriage work. But if there is no help that will come on their way, they lose hope. Many a times when I meet these patients, let me just give an example of cancer patients, because most of the times I'm with these patients. One thing that they usually talk about, Jen, but not freely, it's about sex and sexuality. Yeah. Sometimes you see a patient who has been done mastectomy. Yes, mastectomy is surgical removal of the breast. Either it can be one breast or it can be both breasts. Someone, you may think it's just, it was just a breast. But remember, this is loss of body image. Yes? So, you who is out there, you may think that it's normal. Si matiti ndo ilikuwa na shida, si ametolewa matiti. But remember that the person, tunasema, amepoteza ile body image yake. So, amepoteza body image yake. So, let us talk it as something which is normal. Yeah? Patients, they talk about sexuality. Patients, they talk about sexual intercourse, because also there are side effects of the treatment. Side effects of the treatment, mgonjwa atakwambia, mimi sister, if it's a man, anasema mimi sister hata kitu yangu haisimami siku hizi. Yeah? If it's sometimes both sex, they tell you, sina hamu hata na mapenzi tena, and that's the reason why even many marriages they break. Yeah. So these people, they go through this silence, and that's why for me it's very important when I meet these people, when I meet the patients, when they come in the facility where I am, I usually do health education. It's important to do health education for the patients. It's important to do health education for the caregivers. Yes. Yeah.
So in an assumption whereby there is someone is suffering from the chronic illness or needs a palliative care, and they are not in a hospital center, what message would you send to them?
Okay. Now, palliative care can be offered anywhere, not only in hospital. Viewers, we have many palliative care centers. Wherever you are, I know there's a palliative care center, and many hospitals, they offer palliative care. But what I've said, that palliative care is not only being offered in the hospitals, and that's the reason why it's very important for the caregiver to be present when the patient goes to the clinic, for the caregiver to be present when the patient undergoes treatment, and the caregiver to be present when family conference is being done. Because if the care will start in the facility, Jen, this patient will not remain in the facility forever, will go back home. And that's the reason why viewers, we are talking about continuity of care. So palliative care can be offered still at home. We have the caregiver. If the caregiver understands about the diagnosis, the treatment, the side effects, she'll be able to do it back at home. Still, if there is a palliative care center near the patient, many a times, even where I work, we usually receive referrals of patients in our palliative care unit from the areas, maybe they are far, but now they are coming back home. So we usually receive referrals, and even us also, we usually send referrals, near home. Yes.
Okay. So thank you so much, Emily. So as we are approaching to end the session, I heard you mention about that even people who give the sufferers of chronic illnesses, there is a high possibility of them getting sicker, and probably that is what I would call a secondary trauma. They suffer secondary trauma because you see they are exposed to handling people who are suffering. You understand? So probably I would wish you to give us some few tips on how we can be able to protect ourselves as we are taking care of others.
Okay, thank you, Jen. When you're talking about self-care, it's important to talk about self-care. And for the caregivers outside there, I know you have gone through this, or I know you are going through this. It's very important to take care of yourself. First, just remember that this is it's a journey that you're going through with this patient. And one important thing that I usually tell the caregivers, there is something that you can do for the patient, but you as a caregiver, still there's that thing that you can't do. Yeah. So many a times, Jen, you find that the caregivers also, they struggle a lot. You want to do something which you can't do. Yeah. And it's draining a lot. Yeah. If there is a support group, if you hear there is a support group, if you come to a facility and you hear about the health education, please just join it, because you will hear a story from another person, you will hear a story from another caregiver who may be giving a scenario, maybe he or she is undergoing with the patient. You'll be able to learn from the story. You'll be able to be encouraged to hear that you are not alone in this. There are many people also out there just like you. And many a times also, even for the caregivers, they lose hope. They lose hope because, as we said, it's draining. They lose hope because also financially, sometimes we see and we have heard that even the covers, we are being told that your cover has been exhausted. So it brings a lot of friction in the family. But if the caregiver is able to understand from the beginning, because sometimes what happens, Jen, that many a times I meet families that from the beginning they were given false hope. So the information that this family was given from the beginning is different from the information that now, with the continuity of the treatment, they'll get from another doctor. So even whoever is there, who handles a family, who handles a patient, please, if you are not in a position to give a correct information, please look for another person who can give the correct information. But it depends, how are you giving this information? Let us not give false hope even to the caregivers. But also for the caregivers, it's important just to take care of yourself, to go for the screenings. Because for the patient to be strong, the caregiver must be strong. Yes.
So thank you so much, Emily. Actually, I don't think we can pay you enough. Thank you so much for gracing our episode, for gracing this episode for today, and we are really humbled. And I want to believe that my viewers have learned a few things, and I know that we've been able to learn on how we are going to support people who suffer from chronic illnesses or lifelong illnesses. And let us also not forget to take care of ourselves as we take care of others. Okay, so Emily, probably you give us a parting shot.
Thank you, Jen. My viewers, there's just a simple word that I usually say to my patients and to the caregivers that I've come across. Let us take a day at a time. Thank you, Jen.
Wow, thank you so much, Emily. So bye-bye till next time.
Thank you. Bye-bye.